Dear students, today I am going to talk about the packaging of chromatin. You know already chromatin is interphase chromosome, and how this chromatin, what is the ultrastructure of this chromatin, how this chromatin undergoes different levels of packaging to become metaphase chromosome. So before going to the mechanism of packaging, I want to explain you about the chemistry of the chromatin. Then you will able to understand the packing mechanism. Then the ultrastructure of chromatin or nucleosome model. Then the last I want to explain you about levels of packaging of chromatin to become the metaphase chromosomes. Chemistry of chromatin. Chromatin or chromosome is a nucleoprotein structure. Nucleic acid, DNA and RNA, protein, histones. Nucleic acid, DNA, it is about 40 to 60% and RNA is about 1 to 10%. Proteins are mainly the histones 30 to 50% and non-histone proteins 4 to 33%. Usually in a chromatin or chromosome, DNA and histone occurs in 1:1 proportion. Histones are the family of basic proteins that associate with DNA in the nucleus and help to condense it into chromatin. They are alkaline in nature, that is they have a basic pH, they are rich in basic amino acids, arginine and lysine. So positive charges of histones allow them to associate with negatively charged DNA and helps in proper packing. There are 5 classes of histones. These are the histone H1, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. They are highly conserved proteins. Highly conserved proteins means during it is these similar types you can see the structurally and functionally they are conserved in the course of evolution. What you see in the bacteria or protozoa or Drosophila, the same you will find even in the human. Histones are very important for regulation of protein genes. So you will find in this picture, so this the DNA is wrapped around the core, that is the histones, and the packing of the DNA with the histones, it is making them it is the switching on and switching off of the gene. You know, the gene is the segment of DNA. The expression of the gene switching on and switching off, it is regulated by these histone proteins. So what are non-histones? Non-histones are acidic proteins. These are mainly, there are number of enzymes are present in the chromosomes. They are important for replication, DNA polymerases, and they are important to regulate the replication, regulate the transcriptions. They are called transcription factors. Then these proteins are not conserved along the evolutionary lines. And what are the functions of these non-histone proteins? 50% of non-histones are structural proteins, actin, myosin, tubulin, which are concerned with the chromosomal movements during mitosis and meiosis, and also for chromosomal coiling and condensation. So the chromosomal movement brought by these actin and myosin and tubulin protein, they are motor proteins. Then they bring replication. They are the non-histone proteins. They are also the you can say DNA polymerases, and they are also they are RNA polymerases. They bring transcription, and they are chromosomal pairing during meiosis. All these are the non-histones. They are playing a major role. Non-histones are essential for chromosomal integrity. Here in this cartoon, I have shown here the non-histone proteins. Histone proteins, they form the part of the histone core. So this again I have shown you already. This is how exactly the chromatin interface chromosome, where you can see it is decondensed thread like state, and it is actively transcribing chromatin, and during as it from the interface, as it moved to the mitosis, to the metaphase stage, you can see highly condensed chromosome, you can see. So what is the ultrastructure of the chromatin? So the ultrastructure of the chromatin is explained in nucleosome model. Nucleosome model is a scientific model which explains the organization of DNA and associated proteins, histones, in the chromatin. So ultrastructure is the structure what you seen here, that is viewed from the electron microscope. But we know now the chromatin is made out of nucleic acids and that is mainly DNA and histones, proteins. So how exactly the DNA is associated with the histones, we cannot able to understand from this model. It is like just a beaded structure what you see here in this. So for that, so many models are proposed, and we are just concentrate only because the most accepted model is nucleosome model. So we are just concentrate on the nucleosome model, which is proposed by Roger Korenberg in 1974, and this is the most accepted model of chromatin organization. So it explains the mechanism of the folding of DNA in the nucleus, and also how DNA associated with the histones to form the chromatin structure. So Roger Korenberg, awarded with Nobel Prize in 2006. His father is Arthur Korenberg. He also awarded with the Nobel Prize. There is you will find the Roger Korenberg in this photograph is awarded with Nobel Prize, not for this model. He is awarded with Nobel Prize for the transcription mechanism. So this ultrastructure of the chromatin here, this is the beaded appearance. You can see it's string of beads. You can see it is further folded to form solenoid fibers. So usually these two fibers you will find, these two organization. For example, when you are in your home, you are in you will have the different dress. When you are coming to the college, you are wearing uniform. The same thing you can see the chromatin during interface, either they are in this or else in this form. So this is what you can see. This is the string of nucleosome, and it is folded to form the chromatin fiber or the solenoid fiber. So when they are they are during transcription activity, they may be in the form of nucleosome string, and when they are not in this, they may occur in the chromatin fiber. So what is nucleosome? Nucleosome is a oblate structure having a central compact histone octamer wrapped with two turns of DNA double helix. You can see in the center histone octamer, it is wrapped with two turns of DNA double helix. So this nucleosome is linked by this linker DNA, you will find. So this the wrapping of the DNA to the histone octamer. The histone octamer means the 8 histone units, 2 copies of H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. So this the 2 turns of DNA which contains 146 base pairs, whereas the linker DNA which contains about 55 base pairs. So nucleosome is about the structure, it is about 5 nanometer or 50 angstroms height. So the height of this one, this height, it is about, this height is about 5 nanometer, and the diameter is about 11 nanometer. Histone octamer, already I mentioned it. It contains 2 copies of H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. This octamer is wrapped with a DNA double helix containing 146 base pairs. Nucleosome string contains repetitive, you can make out here the electron micrograph, which is a repetitive nucleosome beads linked with linker DNA. This linker DNA with the 55 base pairs, which is stabilized by the histone 1, which is not in the taking part in the nucleosome bead, but it is this structure, the nucleosome structure is regulated by this H1, histone 1, H1 you will find here. So this is a electron micrograph where you can see the string of nucleosome, and it is further folded to form 30 nanometer fiber. So beads contains histones octamer and wrapped with the 2 turns, it is actually 1/3 turn of DNA double helix, which contains 146 base pairs. So the nucleosome to the solenoid, you will find this is the nucleosome string. It is folded to form a solenoid structure. So we go with the different levels of DNA coiling. So the DNA itself is a coiled structure. It is a you can see it is 20 angstroms or 2 nanometer structure. It is further coiled with histone octamer to give rise to the 11 nanometer structure or else 110 angstroms nucleosome string. So it is further folded, or it is further coiled. It is giving rise to solenoid. Chromatin during interphase will be coiled string of nucleosome of 300 angstroms called solenoid, or it is called super bead structure. So this is what you can see, the chromatin fibers, either it is a nucleosome string or else it is in the solenoid. So this string, it is undergo you can see coiling like this, and in each coil you will find 6 nucleosomes. So the 6 nucleosome, it is going to form a super bead or solenoid. So it is either in this or else in this. So if it is in this, it is transcription activity you will find. Here it is you can see high levels of H1, so no gene transcription, and this is what the 2 forms of 2 levels of coiling you will find in the chromatin fibers during interphase. So from the DNA up to the you will find the chromosome, metaphasic chromosomes, you will find 6 levels of coiling. So DNA itself is a coiled structure, first level, then it is coiled around histone octamer to give rise to nucleosome string, the second level, and it is further coiled to give solenoid fiber, third level, and the solenoid fiber is further coiled during prophase, 2 levels of coiling to give rise to the metaphase chromosome. So the levels of coiling, first level of coiling, coiled DNA double helix 20 angstrom sticks. Then further second level of coiling, DNA double helix coiled around histone octamer, which gives a 110 angstrom string of nucleosomes. Third level of coiling, string of nucleosome further coiled 300 angstrom solenoid structure. Each coil of solenoid contains 6 nucleosomes. Then fourth level of coiling, solenoid fiber further coiled into super solenoid fiber of 3000 angstroms unit fiber. This is during prophase. Then fifth level of coiling, super solenoid fiber further form radial loops around the central core of a protein called scaffold to give rise to 1 micrometer size chromosome or 7000 angstroms or 700 nanometer thick mitotic prophase chromosome. Then sixth level of coiling, prophase chromosome further coiled into 14,000 angstroms thick structure scaffold of non-histones. This is going to give rise to the metaphase chromosome. So, here DNA, then string of nucleosome, then solenoid, super solenoid, then you can see 2 levels of coiling to give rise to the metaphase chromosome. So, string of nucleosome, it is already 2 levels of coiling, then further it undergoes 4 levels of coiling to give rise to metaphase chromosome. Because this packing is very essential, because DNA itself is about a 3 meters long molecule. It has to pack properly in the nucleus, and it has to pack properly with the it is the chromatin fiber has to be packed properly to become a chromosome for proper distribution during anaphase movement. So, this is again I have showed in the electron micrograph as well as in the model here. So, first level of coiling, that is DNA, then it is the you will find the string of nucleosome, then you can see it is further coiled to form solenoid structure, where you can see each turn having 6 nucleosome. Then you can see it is further coiled during interphase to prophase. There are 2 levels of coiling. You can see this fiber coiled in this fashion, then it is further coiled like this. Then you can see further coiling, you will find the metaphase chromosome. So, this is again the metaphase chromosome, you will, or the chromatid, and showing highly coiled structure. This is electron micrograph. So, from here this is you can see from DNA to the during interphase and to the prophase to the metaphase. So, you can see 6 levels of coiling. So, I have shown this cartoon already. From the you will find interphase to the metaphase to you will find 6 levels of coiling or packaging to that will help proper distribution of these chromosomes during anaphasic movement. Thank you.